Previously on the kids' table,
Are you friend or foe?
our heroes successfully fought off a horde of gross spiders, encountered a new friend, and received a new quest: find the Vault of Knowledge in order to free Ismiene, the goddess of knowledge.
This will help you. And he holds out.
What's that?
That is called a codex.
But can they trust their new friend Arugon? And what's inside the codex the bibliothecary gave them? Find out on this episode of
What journey are you on?
Sitting with my brother.
the kids' table.
So that is where we start. You spent the night. You are all healed up now. If you took damage in the last battle, you're back to full. If you used spells, your spells are now back to full. And you are making your way through the northern forest in the northeast direction towards Trivestia. What would you like to do?
Can I roll? Go to Trivestia. Can I roll an intelligence check to see if I can figure out if this is magic or not?
So that would be an Arcana check, and your Arcana, you are not proficient in it, so you can roll and add 2.
Can I do that too?
Yeah.
I got a 15 plus 3, 18 total. I got an 11.
You still only barely understand magic. You have magic now to augment your thief abilities, your rogue abilities, but you're not a student of magic. You're not really sure. You are. You've been a wizard this whole time. And you look at this thing and examine it from every angle, and you don't have the spell detect magic, but there's nothing about this that seems particularly magical to you. It just seems like a device. It seems like there's something, it's mundane, something inside it. So you guys are making your way through the forest, the northern forest, towards where you think Trivestia is. In fact, everybody go ahead and roll
A survival check?
actually, I want you to roll just an intelligence check. So you're gonna roll your d20 and you're gonna add your intelligence modifier. So Arugon, that's -1 for you.
Oh no!
6 tails plus 2, Serena plus 3, Sophia flat roll.
What does it mean when you're a minus?
Means you're not as good as the average person.
14 total.
14 total.
Wait, what does that say? I got a
17 total.
Flat roll.
17.
17 and 17.
I got 14.
Okay, so in the two of you are just so engrossed in the codex that you're not really listening to anybody else try to figure out where you're going with it. The two of you together, remember how Seren talked about the Seekers of Knowledge? Trivestia is actually where the Seekers of Knowledge are based. Ismiene's main temple is in the city of Trivestia. Arugon.
That sounds like tree.
You, in your journeys, shall we say, also know about Trivestia, and so you know the location. You were roughly going in that direction anyway this whole time when you encountered the bibliothecary. So you, Arugon, are actually able to start leading the rest of the party in the correct direction. You don't know as much about you know the direction, you don't know as much about it. You don't know the direction, but you do know more about the city.
So it's.
Can I try to
Are
do
we
a
in
survival?
agreement that we're all going to travel to Trivestia together?
But we need to
When
get
did we agree with that dude?
What could be that, dude?
What would you like to know about our new friend?
Trust.
You'd like to build trust.
How do you build
suggest-
trust?
How do we build trust?
Custom.
You want to test.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me, talk to Arugon.
How do you, what would make you trust him?
Like, would he fight us? Would he turn on our backs?
Ask him.
Maybe.
How can we trust you?
How can we trust you?
Depends. You want me to trust you guys?
What would be a good token? What would be a sign to you of good faith that we are all in this together?
Seeing it, how much strength you have. If you can help me succeed in rescuing my brother.
Oh, you want to know if we have if collectively we have the abilities that you would find helpful in your quest after your brother. But what are some of your... What can you do?
can hack and I can blind people and make them deaf too.
So Arugon, the blinding and the deafness thing is fun.
Yeah.
When she says hack, that raises a flag for you in a helpful way. That is a skill that you think would be really useful to you.
Okay, so hacking, and how about you, Six Tails? What of your skills would you present to our new friend?
I can do Mage Hand, which I can also turn invisible. And I can also disguise myself to make me look like someone.
That puts me up.
That perks you up too. Okay.
I am excellent with the trident. But more for, I think that will come in handy, is I have healing. I am able to heal when we are wounded.
That's helpful.
Does that persuade you a little bit to partner with us on this quest?
Yeah, I'll join you for a little bit.
Is there anything I can do at this point to just get a sense of whether or not Arugon is hiding something from us still?
You can roll an insight check.
Yes.
What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you roll an insight check.
I am perfect.
And I'm going to have you roll either, and I'm going to let you decide this. If you have been truthful so far to them, I want you to roll a persuasion check. If you have not, I want you to roll a deception check. I'm not going to tell you either way, and nobody else can see your character sheet, so you're going to be the one to figure this out. And you're going to roll insight. Okay. So you're going to roll your
Can I roll one also?
Nope, you're going to roll your d20 and you're going to add 5, Sophia.
Oh, we're at 5?
Mm-hmm.
So total 17.
17.
16.
Okay, 16. Which one did you roll?
Deception.
Okay. Only Sophia knows this right now.
That's like being in front of a jury and saying, ignore what you just heard.
It's hard because they're telling a story together, right?
Okay.
Arugon is really closed off.
Okay.
And you are used to that. Like,
Yeah.
you're a cleric. You're used to people being around you and being a little closed off because you represent one of the gods. Like, that's sort of a difficult thing. This isn't that. There's something else there. You don't know what it is. You have no context. He hasn't done anything bad.
Yeah.
He helped you kill spiders, and spiders are creepy. But
Those spiders are great.
he said they're not bad. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's you like spiders. And you're like, that's...
You said they're all cuddly. And they were trying to cuddle us.
Exactly. But there's something.
Okay.
Not something that puts you off. Like
I'm not
you think,
afraid.
You don't think that your daughter is in immediate danger. For
Okay.
instance.
Okay.
But you sense that there's something there.
I have my eye.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my eye out.
Yeah. I want Arugon. Can you roll an insight check for me real quick? I just want to see something. You're gonna roll your d20 and you're gonna add 2.
12 total.
You think you pulled it off. You think that you have ingratiated yourself to this group. Great. You think it's going well. You continue on. You continue moving through the forests. It takes you a couple of days. But eventually you get to... You've been steadily climbing in the forests. The landscape has been sort of going up for a little while. And you found a bigger trail too. So far you've been going on little trails, you've been sort of wending through the forest looking for wherever you were looking for. But you're on a bigger, almost paved road at this point. You get to the crest of a hill though, and suddenly you can see down into this valley that is surrounded almost completely by these big hills. It's just this like big divot in the middle of all of these hills. And almost taking up almost this entire valley is this massive city. Now, the 3 of you, the only big city you have seen is Japan.
Yeah.
You come from a small fishing village. You've done a little bit of traveling since the Battle of Three Dragons, but you've been to other villages. You haven't been to a big city. Even you, Arugon, the city that you escaped from was mid-sized. This is the whole valley.
Is this equivalent to Chapon or bigger?
This is, you have kind of a hard time telling because you didn't see Chapon from above. Chapon felt massive. Like you walked, when you went from the underground to Seren's house and you went through all the quarters of the city, it was a long walk. There's a lot there. This feels at least equivalent. But it looks weird to you. And specifically what looks weird is the city is not quite exactly circular, but it is kind of in a circle shape. There's a city wall that goes around it. There's a river that comes up out of the hills. You can see how it wends its way through the city, and then the one gap in the hills at the bottom, the river goes out that way. The city itself has spokes, almost. It looks like it is divided almost exactly into 3 separate pieces. And from the air, from the hill, from where you are, the 3 pieces of the city look like 3 different colors. There's a red one, there's a blue one, and there's a green one.
Okay, that's interesting.
And right at the center of the city is a massive building that starts out sort of as a plateau, like a big flat thing.
Box.
Almost like a big flat box, yeah. And then on top of that is what is clearly like a castle keep. You can see very, very far away, but you can faintly see like a palace and like towers and stuff. And right at the top of the castle, sticking straight up into the air, is a spire. Like the steeple of Mori Wardons, and like the spire that Seren showed you on the beach outside Chapon.
Have I? Yeah. How many spires have I visited?
You visited 5 additional spires. This is not one that you have seen yet. And the path that comes over the hill and down into the city splits, and you can see that one leads to a gate that looks like it's on the edge of the red district, one on the blue, and one circles the city to the far side to the green. So you can pick where you enter.
Are we splitting up?
Yes.
How old
Can
are
I
you?
roll a
Arugon?
perception
How old is,
check?
am I the only adult?
Yeah, I mean, you're not an adult, right? You're a teenager.
Are you a teenager?
I'm 13.
Yes. You think it's probably not a great idea to split up at the moment.
Yeah.
Because the city is massive. If you split up, how are you going to find each other?
Arcane hacking.
That is not what that spell does.
At midday, everyone meet in the middle.
But isn't it massive?
We don't even know what the middle is, though. I mean, we know that building's in the middle.
We meet there. We meet the building.
I'm a nervous fairy by nature. How about we compromise first? How about we?
Golf and twos.
No, we'll go. How about we go as 4 and we scout a little bit, at least one section, and kind of see what's. Because we have no clue, none of us have been there, so we have no clue what it is. How about we pick one section to at least explore first, and then kind of see, and then we'll figure out if we can split up. Because we don't know if this is a safe or dangerous place.
Or one's safe and one's dangerous.
I will say too, Sophia, one additional thing that you know because of your discussions with Seren, because you know about Trivestia. One of the buildings at the center of the city is the Temple of Ismail.
I suggest we not go through the red.
I say we do.
Straight into danger.
What's so bad about red?
Blood.
What were the color of the eyes? They were purple? Of the eyes of the things that when they like
The thing?
They have
White.
colors.
They go.
Oh, when they
They
put
go-
their collars
yeah.
on.
White.
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 They go totally white.
White.
Oh, I was just trying to associate a color. I was trying to think if those colors mean anything. Do we
Right,
think the
but-
colors mean anything?
But do the collars have any colors on them? Or is it just gray?
No, they
All the way
had
around.
red and silver crystals, diamonds, something Actually, you know, the three of you roll an intelligence check for me real quick. It's been 2 years. You've had multiple versions of the collars in your hands. You've had Seren since then. So you've been doing some investigating on the collars. Let's see what you know.
I got a natural 1.
You don't know anything.
Wait.
0 things. Your mind is totally empty.
17 total.
17 total. Sophia, would you like to roll?
I got a 0 total.
17. Thank
Oh.
goodness, since I...
Mother-daughter scientist over here. The investigations with Seren into these collars proved a little fruitless, to be honest. You know that they're connected to the spires, and because the spires are no longer responding to inputs, it's hard to get any more information about them. But just looking at them, looking at the way that they're made, looking at the different ones, like the one, as you were freeing some of the wolves, those were different than like the one that V had. Not hugely different, but the wolves ones were more weathered, probably came from a different place, which makes sense because the collars came from across the ocean first, and V's collar seems to have come from the Spire and Crane's Rest.
Same
Do you
material?
have any of the
Same
collars
material.
left?
Say again.
Do you have any of the collars left?
Did you guys bring a collar with you?
Why would we bring a collar?
That's up to you. I will let you make that decision.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so Serena's got one of the collars.
You
yeah.
little... I throw it away.
Do you bring it out to look at it?
Sure.
Okay.
Then it lands on you.
Can you hack it or anything and find more information about it?
Can I have it?
What a great question.
Is that
I
possible?
don't know. Let me look at the description of the spell. Just as a note, Arugon, when she pulls it out to look at it, as they're trying to figure out if the red part of the city, red is bad for any reason, from the collar, I don't know. You recognize it. You've seen a collar like this before.
I was assuming colors would mean more to you, DM.
I'm not saying that they don't. I'm just saying
They usually do. Colors always mean something.
arcane hacking isn't going to help you here.
Okay.
Because as Seren taught you this spell, he was teaching it to you as if you would be using it on one of the spires. Like, it seems to require a screen so you can have input as you are casting the spell. The collars don't have screens.
Okay.
But they do have the jewels on them. Seren was never really clear if the colors of the jewels meant anything. For a while he had a theory that like the red jewels meant the god of power. Because the god of power is sort of associated with the color red, but
So then we shouldn't go to red.
Can I see the collar?
Here.
I always make daggers and get the jewels out.
he starts to pry the jewels out of the collar. Do you let him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
Lose
not?
its power.
Yeah, you now
Wait.
have.
I step back. Okay.
Okay.
Unless it explodes.
Yeah, as they're discussing which quarter of the city, which triad of the city to go
I
into.
don't really care. I'm just.
Yeah, this is your natural one coming into play. You're just like focused on the clouds. They're discussing. You're just calmly prying the gems out of the collar. Nothing seems to happen.
They
You
don't.
now have 5 red crystals and 5 white crystals. Do you hand her the collar back, or do you keep the collar?
I keep it all.
Yeah, I prefer to not keep it.
You're the one who brought it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that because I wasn't quite yet comfortable, or I know something's up, that I'm gonna insist that we all stay together. Because I'm a little I'm nervous about
Okay.
splitting it. And so I'm gonna say, well, now that we've shared our collar with you, Arugon, as a good sign of faith, I think we should all go together.
How about we go to the blue
No, red
one?
stuff.
No.
The
Green
spire
doesn't sound
itself
so
has
bad.
no color on it.
The spire is gold. It's weird that all of the spires, 6 tails that you have investigated in the last 2 years have been that same black metal. It's weird that this one is gold.
Can I do a perception check?
What are you trying to perceive?
To see if anything looks wrong. Like this, are the streets empty? Or is it like...
Roll a perception check.
Or are people
Illusions.
bustling around?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
15 total.
15 total. You can see movement in every part of the city that you can see.
In every part.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna also do one. See if it's an illusion. Like the colors, everything's illusions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it. Roll perception.
Like,
You're plus 4.
22 total.
22 total? No. In fact, you can see that it's not like, for instance, the red triangle part is like red. It's more that the buildings, the masonry, the stonework, maybe the way the roads are paved or like the tiles on the roofs, all of it together just looks red. Like if you were to see a forest from far away, it would look green. But if you get up close, there's greens and browns and different types of greens and grays, right? You can see when you're looking in there, it's a manufactured color. Like all of the houses decided that they wanted to be red houses. Or all of the houses decided they wanted to be blue houses.
I'm gonna inform everyone about that.
So I think it sounds like we all have decided we want to get closer.
We call the reddish side.
So we're just drawn to the red. I can make that. I think we can make that compromise. If it's just manufactured.
And I'm just
Okay.
whistling more.
But
But
we will all stay together.
You might see me vanish.
I mean, I can't stop you from vanishing. That will probably make me think more things, or our group think more things.
I'm
But
stepping on every spider I see.
should we try and disguise ourselves in any way?
yes.
Oh,
So
wait, can
we
I...
have cloaks that we wear.
Oh yeah.
So you got cloaks to hide your wings
Hide our
specifically.
wings.
Okay. So with your cloaks on and your hoods up and not flying, you look like any of the smaller races. You look like a gnome or a halfling or a dwarf. You look small.
Now I want to go to a nice quiet place to use disguise up.
Okay.
Maybe.
Steal something.
I'm sure you do.
Okay, well.
So you start making
yeah, let's
yourself
go
your
down.
way towards the red part of the city.
And so our heroes descend into the city of Three Kings, Trivestia, choosing to enter through the Red Gate.
What is it in the city?
That's what we were trying to figure out.
What secrets await in this new city? Can they find the Vault of Knowledge?
We're not gonna
Have a
sneak
good
in
time.
Okay.
Or will their journey be over before it's begun?
Do you stop him, or do you let him slip off?
Find out next time on
Would you say that for me 3 times quickly?
The Kids Table.